Users of CashCalc can now add DB pension income directly into their cash flows. They can simply select inputs and timeline, then click on the pensions tab, and then click add DB pension. And CashCalc will take care of all the complex calculations around the income, the lump sum, and the tax paid each year as well. So users can select add DB pension. Need to give it a description, so I'm going to call this DB income. This is for Barbara Baker. This is a husband and wife, so you can flip between the two. But this is for Barbara. There are 3 different types of DB income you can add into CashCalc: in payment already, deferred from maybe a previous employer, or are they actively involved in that scheme at the moment? So in payment is the simplest. We can say that client is in payment of £20,000 a year from their scheme from A date to X date, and then the escalation rate at 2.5% or a rate that you define. And I can click on add DB pension. That will be added to the cash flow, added to the income, and all the tax calculated off the back of it. Slightly more tricky is a deferred payment. We need a bit more information from the scheme. So current value of benefits, maybe it's 20,000 a year. Desired retirement age is 67. Percentage of maximum lump sum, we're going to put that as 100. And we can also add some scheme information down here. So normal retirement age 67, deferred re-evaluation rate. So the current value of the benefits they're receiving at the moment. We're going to escalate that at CPI. Again, you can select whatever rate you like. Escalation rate, once they're in receipt of the income, we're going to increase that by CPI again at 2.5%. But again, you can choose your own rate. Commutation factor for the lump sum is 12, and you can even overwrite the lump sum factor of 4.2858 that we're using, and click on add DB pension income, and that will include that again into your cash flow. Lastly, might not be deferred. The client might be actively involved in the scheme at the moment. So this is an active scheme. You can now link it to a particular income. So we know Barbara's income because that's already been added onto the cash flow. So we can link it here. It pulls through Barbara's income, which is currently £12,000 a year. 2 different scheme types. Is it a career average or final salary? So those radio buttons will obviously change some of the options that then fall underneath it. Client is currently accruing benefits. Years of service to date, 30 years. Desired retirement age 67, percentage again 100% of maximum lump sum, and then again some more scheme information that we need to add. What's the accrual rate? In this case it's 60. Normal retirement age again, escalation rate of the benefit, we'll just set that at 2.5%, and again the commutation factor for the lump sum is set to 12. And the moment I click add DB income, again this will all be calculated on the fly. So if we click on the cash flow model on the left hand side, wait for that to calculate. If we go ahead straight to taxes, you can see the DB income coming in for my client, blue, the small pension income she's getting every year, shows us that the amount of tax she's paying every single year, in this case is about £758. If we go back to the money in, money out tab at the very top here, let's just reset this, hide all of the incomes and expenses. Let's just show our total expense line. Let's just have a look at the DB income coming in, that little slither every single year. You can see it's 3,631, that blue line, every single year. And you've also got the calculation for the PCLS lump sum that comes in there, which is calculated on retirement at 29,268. And then we can start adding in all of the other incomes as well to see us meeting that expense line accordingly. There we go. On the left-hand side, just finally, you've got yearly breakdown as well. So obviously any DB income that's paid into the cash flow will be recorded on the yearly summary. So if we come down to the year the client retires, you've got the state pension kicking in, but you've also got the DB pension income, as we've already seen, 4,390. The net amount was 3,631, and the tax paid 758 every year. And there's the calculation at the very bottom. So that's the ability to add a DB pension income very quickly into CashCalc. Any questions, feel free to reach out to our help desk.